Alright, this is going to be an iPhone 6 Plus Touch IC repair. I have updated my methods for speed and efficiency and less warranty repairs. So I'm going to go through what kind of changes that I've made with the way I do things with Touch IC now. And ever since that article was posted, I have so many of these Touch IC repairs now. It's just it was just taking me too long. I mean, it wouldn't take me too long to do them, but if I have one problem, then it takes me forever to resolve it. So basically, I'm just trying to minimize any kind of warranty repairs and stuff like that. Okay, so no more Kapton tape. I'm still heating at 340. So no more Kapton tape. Got 2 pennies for heat sinks. Speed and efficiency. 450 degrees Celsius on my heat gun. That has not changed. Let's go. Let's get it a little bit higher. Okay, a little bit higher. All right. It definitely seems to come up a little bit faster when there's no Kapton tape below it. Sometimes I'll Kapton this right here because I feel like the heat goes to the other side of the board, and then sometimes it messes things up a little bit. Alright, so there you go right there. Just make sure don't pull until it's all liquid. So there's one. And you know what? Let's just do one at a time. Sometimes I've been doing two at a time, but sometimes it causes issues. And my hot air gun is burning something right now. That's not good. Dang. Hot air gun just fell. That's not good. Something burnt. I don't know what burnt, but dang. Let's see if I can. I need to turn up the volume. There you go. Alright, okay, so let's go to town. So I'm no longer cleaning pads, but what I'm gonna do, which takes a little bit longer, is reball Mason instead of using a brand new chip, because I feel like here's my logic. My logic is this, okay? If I use leaded solder to clean this right here, to clean the lead-free solder, okay? So I'm gonna clean it. This has not changed. Just okay. So basically, you want to use the flux to get rid of the oxidation. Which you can kind of see right there. You can't really see it, but that pad is oxidized. Okay, you want to remove the oxidation. I mean that causes some of the problems with Touch IC. It separates and then it oxidizes. So okay, let's drill down here. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not, but that's oxidized right there. These 2 pads right here, this and this, are oxidized. You need to remove the oxidation, and the flux is going to help with that. So basically, you just want a shiny pad. You want a shiny pad, like that's all oxidized right there. Okay. So if you put a chip on there, I mean, it's just not gonna make good contact, and then you're gonna run into the same problem. So use a lot of flux. Remove the oxidation. Okay. Sometimes it's not as easy, but that's shiny right there. That's getting shiny. And that's getting more and more shiny. More and more shiny. Put a little more flux on it. If you can get the whole pad to go shiny, that's best, you know, because that's going to ensure a nice little bond when I put the new chip on. See, that's oxidized. All right, so this has not changed. Okay, so that is good right there. Okay. IPA, clean it up. That has not changed either. Okay, so that's ready right there. Next step that I've been doing is reball. Yes, I've been reballing, and the idea is if you have leaded solder on the bottom, and then you put a lead-free pre-balled chip on there. I don't know. I think that's going to create some pretty weak joints, you know. And so the idea is to reball it with leaded solder, so that the leaded solder goes with the leaded solder when it bonds, and leaded solder is a little bit more malleable than lead-free solder. So I think any bending it's going to help, you know. And I think that was part of the whole Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death, whatever it's called. You know, I think part of that was you know, the lead-free solder would break off, you know, and the fix for that was to reball with leaded solder, you know. So I think I'm going to use that same idea, just because people have done it before. And okay, so I got some leaded solder here, and I'm just kind of you know, evening it out right there, just getting rid of the old lead-free solder. So I got a little IPA here. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. So this is the same chip that I just took off, okay? Okay, so that's pretty much clean right there. I'm going to use a little heat to dry it up a little bit without dropping my heat gun again. Right, so that's good. I'm going to get my stencil out here. Alright, it's good. So what I normally do is I have a razor blade here. I need a bigger workspace or something, because I got so much junk here. I say that every video, don't I? Anyways, I got some Kester EP256 6337 solder paste, okay? That's what I do all my reballing with. Make sure you get a decent stencil. Some of them are a little bit thicker than others, and it's kind of, you know, it doesn't create even balls. But anyways, that's basically all you do. Just make sure that you have the whole thing covered. There's no, like, you know, you got an ample solder paste on every joint here. Just use your tweezers to hold it down, so that, because it's going to lift up a little bit since the metal is going to bend with the heat. Alright, and basically just take your hot air gun, 450 degrees Celsius, make sure it's really hot. Hold this thing down tight. And then that's it. It takes about like 2 seconds. So that's pretty much it right there. That's part one. See, I see one hole right there that's a little bit uneven, so I'm gonna make sure I redo that, because otherwise, all right, so that's 2 holes right there. All right, but it's okay though. All right, let's redo it. I don't even have to take it off. I just kind of go like that and just reheat it. Okay, that's pretty good. I think that's gonna be pretty good. I mean, it looks like a little bit down, but I'm gonna lift this up in a second here. Okay, so that's it. Boom. Next step is I'm just going to reheat it one more time, and you'll see the balls kind of realign themselves with the pads. See it? 2 seconds. So that's it right there. I mean, that's a pretty good reball right there. We kind of have it down to a science now. So now I have leaded solder and leaded solder down here. So I don't really have to clean the pads. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you didn't have to do it before, but I don't think it's going to create a strong joint, you know. So now I'm using SRA Tachyflux. This is a little bit more fluid, like fluid, yeah. I think it's lower viscosity, I think, or whatever it is, higher viscosity, it's more like water. So this cleans up a little bit easier than my MG Chemical stuff. So that's what I'm using. Because sometimes the flux gets caught under the chip, and it may cause some issues. I don't know if it does or not. I don't think anybody really knows, but you know, the whole idea is to not have this phone ever come back to me ever again. That's it. All right. So that'll allow me more time for repairs and stuff like that. You know, I mean, warranty repairs are $0. You know, so make sure the chip is aligned since you did not clean the pads. I just kind of heat it a little bit, and then just kind of make sure it sticks. So it sticks right now. So, and that's it really. Just heat. And then, you know, you can kind of test it if you, oh, there you go, it just shifted right there. So I know it's hot. But you can kind of nudge it a little bit, and you're good. We're good here, so we're good. So, I mean, it's leaded solder anyway, so it's going to melt a lot faster, you know. And I don't really even have to check it. I mean, I'm not going to look at the balls or anything like that. Sometimes I do, but I know that one went in pretty good, so I'm not going to check it. So I'm going to wait just a little bit to for the solder to adhere and make sure it's still not liquid before you put IPA on it, because then you know, you may create a separation in the joint and stuff like that. Okay. So I got my little toothbrush here. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. I'm just gonna put my finger on it, make sure it's not, you know, it's a little bit hot, but I really just want to make sure the solder is solidified. You know, and it doesn't take but probably maybe 15-30 seconds or something like that. And then, you know, since I have the Tachyflux on there, it's going to clean up a lot easier than the other stuff. So I just clean it with IPA and a toothbrush. And get a chem wipe and kind of just wipe the residue off. Now I'm going to go test it, okay? So the touch did not work at all when I started on this, and there were no gray line, no gray bars, or anything like that. So when that happens, I'm gonna replace Cumulus in addition. But I just want to see if Mason, I just want to see if it works first. Okay. I think it's gonna work because I can see that there was a lot of oxidation on a lot of the pads under Mason, which was probably why there was no touch at all and no flickering, because basically Mason was probably not really attached. It's always a good sign when you don't have to plug it in to start it up. You know what? I think the guy has a picture on here, so I'm not going to show that. Still booting up. Boom. Alright, so it's up now. Touch worked for like 2 seconds. Okay, let's see. It's definitely ghost touching, and it's definitely a little bit warm. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, is it working? I'll show you. Let me find out what the passcode is, and then get out. So Alright, I'm getting full touch. It's a little bit kind of weird, but I think it might be just all his text messages coming in and stuff. But I'm getting full touch now. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you. Well, I don't want to show pictures or anything like that. Here, let me open up. Let me open up the about page or something, and then you can. It's in a different language, so it's kind of weird. But anyways, so actually, not about page. Let's do this. See that? Alright, so touch works. I think it was just loading all his stuff. Maybe that's why it was going wonky a little bit. But this is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace Cumulus now, and I will keep the video rolling here. All right, we're back. I'm gonna do Cumulus now, Reball as well. I think I'm running low on You know, it's weird. This MG Chemicals flux right here, it gets like stuck every once in a while. Like it's as if like there's a big. Maybe it's just. You know what? Let me fix it right now. It's like thick or something, and then it gets stuck, and then I can't poke it out anymore. It's weird. Right, I just unclogged it. Hopefully, it's really annoying. There you go. It's coming out much faster now. See, I don't see any oxidation here, you know, so I really do think, well, maybe a little bit. I think the majority of Touch IC problems is Mason. Well, now it's coming out too fast. Come on. I feel like I'm wicking here. I mean, there's no. I really want to just leave like a little ball on the pad, but this is not working. Kind of sucks. Work! Come on, man. I really need to leave the ball on pad. I really want to. Let's clean it and redo it. I don't know. I don't know why it's not sticking to the pad. Just for that, I'm going to use a dirty Q-tip. What do you think? Huh? Because here's the thing, if I can't get it to stick now, when I put the chip on, it's probably not going to stick then either. So it's probably better if I leave a little layer there before I start soldering, before I put the chip on. Weird. Maybe my tip is not. Alright, let's clean my tip a little bit. Tin it. Maybe my tip is going to crap. You know what? I'm going to use some of this tip tinner. Okay. Alright. Try it again. There it goes. There it goes. You just want to just leave a little bit so that it's like kind of like tinned, basically. Alright, there we go. So we're good. And yeah, there's like a little bit sticking up there. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. Alright, let's see if we can heat it maybe. This right here is a little bit high. Alright, that's good. So let's reball. Maybe, I mean, you see that metal pad right there? That's dead. So maybe that was part of the problem. Don't do too much of that. You don't want to mess anything up. Alright. Starving. Alright. Yeah, leftover ball of something. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. That's it. Reheat to realign the balls. Pretty good. And let's prime this mother for putting it back on now. Tacky flux. It's gonna be a little uneven there. I see that one thing still sticking up. Alright, so let's go to town. I think I might have messed this one up. I don't know. That was definitely not the best placement technique. But I might have gotten lucky. I don't know. I hope. It's definitely not the best way to do things. All right. Okie dokie. We are booting. Seems like this phone takes a little bit longer to boot. Okay, now it's booted. What? This phone is weird. Is it hot? No, it's not hot. Looks like it works, huh? I mean, it's weird, but maybe it's the language difference. It takes a little bit longer to boot up or something. But anyways, here you go, right here. You guys see that or no? Yeah, you see it? Alright, so I'm going to deem this a success here, but I'm not done yet. This is my new method. So you see it all. Somebody's calling. Pause. Alright, so I said I wasn't done yet. I'm not done yet. So one of the big things is with most repair shops is that they are putting a shield on this stupid thing to prevent it from happening again. I don't know what the actual results are, but I know that it doesn't really take too long to put this stupid shield on. So that is what I am going to do next. So I'm going to keep this little black thing on here, okay, and just kind of push it, squeeze it to the inside a little bit, okay. And let's see what I have available here. So I have, I believe this is an iPhone 5 shield or something, I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Maybe this side will work better now. Good. Let's see if I got something better. I don't have to cut too much. Alright, so I got myself a little tin, was it tin cutter? I think that's what it's called. I think I'm gonna go this side. I hope this is long enough. Let's see. If I go like this, no, see, that's not even long enough. Anyways, let's look for a better one here. Okay, let's use this. This has always worked pretty good for me. But I do have a customers here that I need to reuse, so I want to make sure I don't lose that. No, this wasn't it. I don't know where it is. Anyways, I'm just gonna use this right here. So I'm just gonna cut. If I can see it. Can you see it or no? Oh, that's so not straight. Look at that. That's all crooked. It doesn't really have to be straight. Okay. So that is one, and then cut the sides off of this puppy. That I think I can do pretty good. So that's one. That's not really that good. So time me on this because you know, it's worth the effort to do this with unproven results. Don't know. Don't think anybody really knows. Alright, that's about as good as I'm gonna get. So 10 cutters, pretty straight. Let me just nip this side right here, like that, and then put my 10 cutter back, and here we go. Look, boom. So I'm just gonna solder this puppy on. It's got little air holes in it, and I don't know, not sure if you can see that or not, but you see it? Autofocus. There we go. You see it? So it's gonna be kind of like that. All right. So you'll see me. You know what? I'm gonna change the All right. So here's the shield. So I just I put a little flux on it. Make sure this sucker's in focus. It's about as far back. I didn't. Anyways. So just it's like welding. Dude, that is bothering me right there. The little hangnail. Definitely need a little lotion. So there we go, right there. Definitely don't really want to melt anything. Alright, so that's pretty good. This side is not great, but I'm gonna let's see, let's get rid of all this stuff, otherwise it's gonna push up on it, you know. You don't want to do that. Alright. Remove the excess solder. Just enough so that's holding it, but it's not gonna push up on it, alright? Alright. A little bulge right there. Alright, I think we're good here. Alright, so there you go, right here. This is a mini shield. Hopefully it'll prevent the bending. Or maybe not prevent it, but help it, make it a little more rigid in terms of the bending. And that is that, really. So that's your shield right there. And I'm just gonna put this back in, and hopefully this never, ever, ever comes back to me ever again. I know it takes a little bit longer, but with all these, I think the success rate is a little bit better. If I find that it's not better, then I'm just gonna go back to doing my thing, and kind of go from there. You know, I mean, but if I'm gonna spend 45 minutes on something, I want this thing to never come back again. If it does come back, I'm gonna go back spending 20 minutes, and then if it comes back, it comes back. You know. So there you go.